Hello lovely people, this is Ramdi, and I thought I'm going to do a short reaction video to the actual Ask Mojang-Video where the kind of axing of the fireflies was announced, because I just started watching this video and I feel like I'm going to have a few comments about this. If you haven't seen my really long rant on why 1.19 is the problem that it is, then you can check this out, link wherever you can find those links, iCard in the description and so on. But yeah, now I'm just going to briefly react to some of the questions and answers here, because yeah.
So the LA was originally prototyped for the Nether update, but it really didn't fit in there in the end. We still loved the idea though, and when we came to the Minecraft Love mob vote last year, we wanted to try it out on the community and see if you guys would love it as much as we did. And apparently you did, so now we're adding it to the wild update.
Now this is kind of interesting, because obviously the Nether update had some sort of vote itself, right? Associated with it, so yeah, I guess the LA just didn't fit in. Fair enough. Nice question, good answer. Okay.
First of all, you guys are really awesome as mod developer to start with. Here at Mojang, when we worked on a feature, we have a really high quality bar that we wanted to reach. That means that we wanted to make sure that the feature is well tested, it works in all different platforms, and also it has to fit into the existing feature that's already in the game, as well as, the new features that we're going to introduce in the future. So for that reason, we wanted to make sure that we have enough time to do it right, so we take our times. So we hope that when we release it, you guys are going to be happy to get what you get. So that's why.
Okay. 1.11.1 well tested, good update. Yeah, or let's say 1.13, definitely considered service and stuff, right? 1.14, yeah, you took your sweet time also between the dot releases on occasion, and yeah. 1.17. Yeah, happy with what we're getting. And now finally, 1.19. Yeah, great. That's why you're much slower than all the mod makers that add wonderful stuff and often enough also balance it really well. Better than 1.9 combat update. Well, that answer might make sense. The thing is, it's not how this company works at all.
Fireflies was originally part of the plan for the wild update. We wanted them to be a food source for the new frogs. But then we got great feedback from you guys in a lovely community, and you taught us that a lot of species of fireflies and firebugs that are out there are poisonous to toads and frogs. And of course we didn't want to add that into our game. So we provided the frogs with a safer food source, the tiny slimes. And fireflies are sadly no longer part of the plans for the wild update. We still think that the fireflies are super interesting as an idea and a concept, and they're part of our ideas library. But we don't have any concrete plans for adding them in any upcoming update. As with the birch forest, that is a little bit different. At Minecraft Live, we did show some concept art with birch forest improvements. However, concept art is not a commitment, and this time around, birch forest improvement is not something that we have continued working with.
The tone in this clip is a lot different from the one that the producer answered there before with the LA. Here, it's literally just almost staring straight at the camera, just going basically just reading off, I don't know, it's not even a statement, it's not, it's nonsense. I guess you have to read off nonsense because it doesn't make any sense. So they introduced the frog lights really early in snapshotting phase. Basically, the snapshot like started rolling around like, what was it, like 1 or 2 weeks after Minecon, and the frog lights that they got from eating the magma cubes, which are just the magma slimes, and them eating slimes to begin with and giving out the slime balls, was a mechanic quite a bit before this video. And the problem here is, no you didn't. No you didn't. Like, the frogs eating the slimes clearly was intentional from the get-go. The frogs being able to give you the frog lights through eating the magma slimes clearly planned from the get-go. The frogs eating the fireflies, just an additional thing that, yes, you showed that at the Minecon, but that's not the main reason for frogs. You didn't make them eat that instead. They were very much eating the slimes before you could have even thought about adding the fireflies in the snapshotting phase. This just can't be true. And then the whole thing with, well, this like really the point with concept art is not a commitment. The way that this is presented is like just, she doesn't believe it herself. Which might be good, but this was the whole thing that the update hinged on. And Mojang clearly knows that, because otherwise they would be more energetic about even bringing us these bad news. Like, yeah. But clearly here, no. There is like just, we are making up reasons now to not add things that we either don't know how to code or wouldn't make till the deadline anyway, and we would have to split the update again. So instead, just say that the feature isn't coming to the update. I guess it works. I guess you don't have to say you split the update, and if you rework the birch forest at some point, then yeah, that is not 1.19 part 2, but actually its own update. But yeah, this is just whole thing to make you look better to some journalist who doesn't look into it, but not to someone who's really concerned with the game. Or about the game, I guess. Yeah.
Bundles will not be added with the release of 1.19. There is still some issues to figure out, and we're working on it. For example, if you want to hover the bundle on touch devices to see what's in it, you can't really do that. And if you press it, you would start to move it instead. But Goathorn will be added with the release of 1.19, and it's going to be awesome.
So, yeah, the bundle thing that you can't hover it, there are literally a lot of apps with folders that will display their content when you perform a certain thing. Touch controls on Mac, for example, on the trackpad, on like MacBooks, have had many different gestures with multiple fingers for years where you could preview certain things. The technology has been out there since I'd say 2005. I hope they figure it out by 1.20 because it is out there. But if they don't, then yeah, then I just think it's just once again a thing of, oh, we just don't want to add this. Which would make sense because the bundles were announced and like everybody was like, this is going to be maybe potentially marginally helping in the beginning. Yeah, so okay, if they wouldn't come, okay, but we need some sort of inventory fix. So if this one just doesn't work, don't keep it in the promise list, just say it's not coming. Say because it's not well thought out, but then just give us something else. A bigger inventory or something of sorts. There's a video by Guian about this. Yeah. Concerning the goat horns. In Bedrock, they they basically even put this experiment in with these like copper goat horns, where you would have then like different heights at which the music would be played in terms of the audio pitch and so on. And they then were like, okay, we are not going to be adding this. And now in Java, I haven't yet checked it out at all, but we apparently just have the normal goat horns, and also as soon as Bedrock probably gets the update, if that isn't out yet, they will also just have the normal goat horns, which I think is fair enough, is good enough, yeah, sure, but yeah, they were just such a weird thing, and also the fact that they were, I mean, teased for Windows 17, which then didn't even have the goats, but yeah, it's just a bit, it's an odd feature, but okay.
We gathered feedback from the community after Minecraft Live, and we saw that the community didn't love the new mangrove colors, so we thought of changing it to red mangrove wood, which is a real wood type.
I mean, we could quickly have a look if ye old Googles actually can find me that. Red mangrove wood. And okay, it apparently looks like this. Being quite muddy. Yeah, okay. It's slightly more red than a random bush that just grows in front of our house, but okay. Yeah. Okay. They definitely made it still a bit more red for the sake of us having a not crimson thing, wood type thing, but yeah, okay. Weird answer, but okay, and I'm aware that you possibly can't see this picture here. Well, okay, there we go, fine. Let's carry on.
That is a great question. And the answer is no, it will not. Dirt will only be turned into mud if the player intentionally wants to change it and uses a water bottle on the dirt block. So the thinking here with mud is that we want it to look natural as it would in the real world, with a player or a mob sinking into the mud a little bit. This is, however, just a look. It will not affect the movement of the player or the mob. Unfortunately, we will have a little bit of parity break at the release, with mobs and players on Bedrock side not sinking into the mud. This is due to a pathfinding issue that we're working on resolving, and we're hoping to bring this to parity at the later release.
That was almost a non-answer. Like, it did give the answer, but then yeah, just added a lot of other stuff, which I guess is what some of these videos are about, but it's still odd, I find. But okay, sure, yeah. And that was that, my reaction to that video. Yeah, just the firefly and biome thing, just, yeah, that is really the really negative highlight of this video, but there were then also some other things that, like, yeah, of course, that's an answer, but not the one that you live by, really. It's sad. It's sad to see them go literally that direction. Let's have a look if they fix the issue at some point with that. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.